Welcome to my September 2022 update on the latest credit card and buy now, pay later offers and news. I'm going to kick off with some pretty big news for two credit cards, the Sainsbury's Nectar credit card and the Amazon credit card or cards. And we'll do Amazon first of all. If you watch this video every single month, I do these updates all the time. You might remember, I think it was back in April, I shared the news that Amazon and its partner Newday is the company that provides the credit cards for Amazon, that partnership was going to end and the cards would close in January 2023. However, that date has been brought forward massively as quite a surprise. Customers have been getting letters or emails and messages into their app sharing that if you have the classic card, that will stop working in the middle of October. If you have the platinum card, it will stop working in the middle of November. That's it, kaput. That card will not work anymore. In its place, most customers will actually be offered the Newday Pulse card. They'll either be sent it automatically and you have the choice to activate it, or you'll be asked, do you want to have this card? And if you do, well then they will send it through to you. The third lot, which I fall into, aren't offered this replacement card and your account is just closed. Now the reason for that, don't quite know exactly, but it sounds like this might be because if you haven't used your card, well, they're not going to give you the new one. That certainly applies to me. I stopped using my card when I stopped shopping at Amazon, which was back in December 2020. And you might be in a similar situation. But the majority of people will get this card. And when they get this card or are offered this card, there is no credit check. And your credit limit will not change. It will remain as it is. You will have to manage it via a different website and via a different app. But fundamentally, that's all going to carry on. So that is potentially good news. If your credit score isn't very, very good and you'll struggle to get another credit card elsewhere, then this isn't going to be an issue. However, this new card, this replacement card, this Newday Pulse card, it's not very special. Yes, it offers cashback, which a lot of credit cards don't do. So from that point of view, that's nice. But it's only 0.25% on any of your purchases. You can beat that easily. The American Express Nectar credit card gives you 2 Nectar points for every pound you spend. That works out at 1%. Yes, there's a fee from the second year onwards, but still, the first year, much, much better. Go down from that, you can get 0.75%. You get 0.8% from different cards. Again, I've talked about these in other videos, so do check that out. Or, of course, there is the Chase Bank debit card. Not a credit card, but 1% cash back for a year. Incidentally, if you haven't seen my bank account update from the other day, that has details of so which Chase customers are getting that 1% extended beyond 12 months. So do check that out. And also what's worth noting here is that if the reason you had the Amazon credit card, the Platinum credit card, which did earn cash back, was to get that pretty fantastic 1.5% back on Amazon shopping if you're an Amazon Prime member, that could not be beaten. Well, you won't get that. You will drop down to that 0.25% because this is no longer an Amazon card. So you will miss out massively there. Incidentally, Amazon have said they will launch some new credit cards. The fact that the change to the existing cards has been brought forward to October and November suggests to me, don't know for certain, just a hunch that they will launch new cards in time for Black Friday. Obviously, always a big time for Amazon, and maybe these new cards will have some new welcome deals, whoever the provider is. As soon as I have information, I will let you know about that. Also, to let you know that the points that you have earned from the Amazon credit card, the Amazon Platinum credit card, normally you'd have to get £10 worth of points for them to be converted into a gift card and applied to your Amazon account. What Newday say that if there are any points on there, they will be converted into a gift card, even if they're below that £10 limit. So if you've got anything, £1, £2, £5, whatever it is, £4.86, right? You will get that. You won't lose that when these cards end. Well, let's talk about the changes to the Sainsbury's Nectar credit card now. If you've got one of these, you're probably familiar. They're actually pretty good for shopping at Sainsbury's or in Argos, places which are part of that kind of Sainsbury's empire. You would get 2 Nectar points for every pound that you spent, similar to that Amex Nectar card that I mentioned before. But from the 1st of November, this is going to be massively changed. You're now going to get 1 point for every £2 that you spend there. That's a 75% decrease. That makes it the equivalent of 0.25% back. Again, you can easily beat that with a number of credit cards. Even not the best Amex cards will be accepted at Sainsbury's. So you'll get a much, much higher rate on your shopping by using a different credit card. Okay, so it does make no use at all. And it's spending elsewhere. It was always pretty rubbish. It was 1 point for every £5 spent. That works out at 0.125%. Almost point, it's almost nothing. So this change happens on the 1st of November. So if you've got this card, it kind of sort of suggests maybe just ditch it, maybe close it down. And you might be thinking a similar thing with those Newday cards as well. If you don't want the Pulse card, maybe you'll just reject it and close that account down. Or maybe you've had that account forcibly closed like mine's going to be. Some important things just to mention here, that when you do close a credit card, any credit card, whether you choose to do it or someone else does it, it's a bit confusing, right? But it can be both good and bad for your credit score, one or the other, rarely both. Although actually different lenders will look at it in different ways. So maybe it could be good and bad at the same time. And this is because when you close your credit card, your credit limit that you have, basically the amount of money you can borrow, that will reduce. Now, some lenders will look at this and they'll go, they don't have access to loads of credit already. So that's a good thing. They can't get out of control with spending on all this borrowed money. So if we lend to them, there's a much, much better chance that we'll get our money back. It's not going to get carried away or something all written off later on. So they see that as a good thing. Having less credit available means you're likely to be lent more in the future. On the flip side, other lenders might look at it and go, this credit utilization, which I'm sure you're familiar, I've spoken about it in previous videos, but the amount of credit you have available and how much you've used it as a percentage, when that credit limit goes down, the percentage you used goes up. And they might think, oh, hang on, they're spending a lot on credit. There isn't enough match, maybe they're struggling. Maybe they're going to sort of go up and max out, and that could be problematic. So there's no hard and fast correct thing to do here. But definitely bear in mind that these things could happen if you close that card. There's no way of knowing what will happen to you. Just bear in mind, it could go either way. And I also want to give you a quick update here actually on some a change we spoke about last month, the John Lewis and Partnership credit card. That also is being closed down. Ironic, they're moving from HSBC to Newday. So they're providing the cards there. Unlike the Amazon change though, you didn't automatically get the new card. You do have to apply it again. Now, for lots of people, that's not been a problem. They've been sent a link, they've applied and they've got it. But there have been reports out there that some people have had the application rejected, even though their financial situation hasn't changed, even though they had that previous credit card for a long, long, long time, or other people saw their credit limit reduced. And as I said, that can have an impact, not just on your immediate spending, but potentially also on your credit report. So if you are a John Lewis and Partnership card customer and you haven't yet applied for this new card, just bear in mind that kind of thing could happen. I would say to you, if you are looking for a good credit card to use, just broadly a good cashback card to use, that John Lewis and Partnership one might not be the best bet. Yes, you get 1.25% back at Waitrose and John Lewis. And if you regularly shop at them and spend a lot of money at them, that's good. That's why I had the card, because I regularly shop at Waitrose. It's around the corner to me. But I would think maybe look elsewhere. If you're going to apply for a card, it doesn't seem like your history is going to make too much difference. Go onto a comparison site. Look at the chances of acceptance you're going to have when applying for one of the other cashback credit cards, and go for the one that gives you the best results based on how much you can get. And again, the top ones, let's quickly go through them. The top cashback credit card, reward credit cards, I think right now are the American Express Nectar credit card. Based on the ongoing cashback, 2 points for every pound you spent, that's worth 1%. If you want a non-American Express one, you could look at the Barclaycard Avios credit card. You might think, I don't want Avios points, and you're probably right, you don't, but you can convert Avios points into Nectar points. The free Barclaycard Avios one, there's no fee with this one at all. That means you get equivalent of 0.8% back in Nectar points. Now, though both those cards do assume you're happy to spend Nectar points, the likes of Sainsbury's or Argos or on eBay. If you're not, maybe you want to look at the American Express Platinum Cashback credit cards. They have different rates there. I have got a video review explaining how they work. They're still decent cards. They just don't give you as much as the others. And obviously that Chase debit card that I mentioned. Of course, you don't want to forget as well the welcome bonuses that come with these cards. And maybe you want to wait and time your application for a card when you're going to get a boosted bonus. Now, last month I did talk about the American Express Platinum card, not the Platinum Cashback credit card. Sorry, these names I said they get so confused with Amex. The American Express Platinum card, okay, different to the Platinum Cashback card. The Platinum card had a pretty fantastic boosted offer, 60,000 points plus £200 travel credit. But there are some catches, so make sure you check out last month's video for all the details on that. And again, there's a whole article explaining how it works over on BeCleverYourCash.com. But that card, that offer, you could only get that if you hadn't had an American Express card that already offered the membership reward points. And that ruled out people with the Amex reward card, and it ruled out people with the American Express Gold, Preferred Rewards Gold credit card. They were not eligible for this welcome bonus. There is now an upgrade offer for people who have the Gold card. Now, there are two separate offers because there are two Gold cards. There's the Preferred Rewards Gold Charge card, and there's the Preferred Rewards Gold Credit card. They fundamentally do the same thing, but there is one big difference between a charge card and a credit card in that a charge card doesn't really have a credit limit. Obviously, a credit card does have. And the credit card replaced the charge card last year sometime, maybe a bit longer than that. So it depends how long you've had the card, which version you will have. Now, if you have the charge card, you will get the offer to upgrade to the Platinum card is 20,000 points. But to get this, you have to spend £4,000 in 3 months. That's quite a high spending threshold. Now, as we go into Christmas and with the cost of living crisis, everything getting more expensive, that might be easier to achieve. But just bear in mind, think about it. Can you do this? If you have the Gold credit card right now, that's double. It's 40,000 points that you'll get. You still have to spend 4K in 3 months. Now, how much that actually works out if you convert those points into Avios and then into Nectar points, never swap your membership points straight into Nectar points. You have to make that extra step. It does depend. I've got the figures here. Let me quickly grab them for you. If you have the charge card, those 20,000 points plus the 4,000 you'll get from spending £4,000, that's worth £192 in Nectar points. If you have the credit card, the 40,000 points plus the 4,000 points you'll get from the £4,000 spend, that's worth £352. Factor in on top of that you can get £150 UK dining credit this side of New Year and another £150 from January onwards, plus £50 credit at Harvey Nicks, again, up until the end of the year, and another £50 from the 1st of January. That's an extra 400 quid on top. So 592 or £752. But you will have to factor into that the fact that that card comes with a £575 annual fee. Now you can keep paying that if you want to. You do get travel insurance and things, or you can cancel it once you've got that bonus and then get a pro rata refund. Now, incidentally, here's something else to give you a quick update on this. If you are looking to close a Platinum card, whether you've already got one, just getting the bonus outright, or you do this upgrade offer from the Gold card, when you close it, if you haven't moved those points out already somewhere else, could be to Avios, could be just you spent it on vouchers, whatever it might be, you will lose them. So what I would suggest you do, and this is what I did last month, is to open up the free Amex Reward credit card. Won't cost you anything. Open it up and that protects your points balance. Now, when I did this, sadly, this offer is not going to be running for you right now. There was a £50 bonus via Quidco plus £10 cashback. So I'll get 60 quid for opening this card. So that was just great timing for me. But certainly I would look out. If I see those offers, I will share them on the blog. But you absolutely should be getting around or making a note to get one of those before you're going to get the plan to close the Platinum if that's what you plan to do. And one last thing to quickly end on here. It's an important thing, but just to end on this, is around buy now, pay later. And this is the news that as of the 1st of September, Laypay are reporting people who make purchases via their company to Experian, the credit reference agency. So therefore, it will have an impact on your credit report. It won't impact the score right away. It's going to take time for that to happen. But certainly lenders, if you apply for a mortgage, a credit card, a mobile phone contract, whatever it might be, they will see that you are using buy now, pay later. They will be able to see how much money you owe, and they'll be able to see your payment history. Are you making those payments on time? So potentially this could be good news because you can demonstrate, as with a credit card, that you are making regular payments. They might go, all right, then this person is responsible with credit. If you miss a payment, on the other hand, it could hurt your chances. They go, right, this person can't even do buy now, pay later. We're not going to give them this stuff. And of course, we don't know how they'll actually look at the principle of buy now, pay later, that you're actually using this in the first place. Now, already Klarna does report to Experian and TransUnion. And because we've got regulation coming at some point this year, maybe next year, whenever it's going to happen, you'd imagine that more of those companies, in fact, all the companies will be reporting to credit reference agencies and they will be showing on our credit reports. But this is a kind of sign of where things are going. My name is Andy Webb. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, head over to becleverwithyourcash.com for more details on all the cards I've spoken about today. Plus, hit that like button, leave me a comment. I want to know what you think about the changes that are happening to Amazon, Sainsbury's, and John Lewis. And don't forget, check out these videos here to help you with your money.